Set. Hey guys, it's Raintown here with week 2 of Raintourney. I'm here with guest commentators, Reflections and Clash Wars. And we're heading into our finals match. But first, let's introduce them. Reflections, say hi.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Great tournament so far that we're seeing. Trainer now going Dany in the final round. It's going to be fantastic. They played their way through quite a few players. I think we had 90 players join the tournament, which was almost 50% more than what we had in the last time. And it's only going to keep getting better and better every time we do a tournament like this on Sunday. $80 total prize, and of course $40 for first place, $25 for second place, and of course third place paying it out for $15. We're now going to be watching this best of 3 between Trainer Chris and Dany, who is going to be playing it out for the $40 first place prize. I'm really excited. And of course, August, and you guys are here to commentate it. August, how you doing, man? You're with Clash Wars. You got to be excited to be here for the finals.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys putting this together. We want to do this every single week, and we want to help out in any way we can. I know that you guys said we got a giant increase in activity just in 1 week, so let's see what we can hit next week.
And definitely, I heard the giant increase. Let's hope we can see a giant deck coming here in the finals.
Oh boy.
So, we're currently waiting.
Maybe we'll see more puns in future weeks as well.
I'm definitely down for those. So we're currently waiting on Chris and Dany to request. So Dany, request.
Oh yeah, real quick guys, big shout out to the Reddit Mega Tournament. Sign-ups are going to be posted on July 1st, so stay tuned for that. Killer Crew.
And cool thing about that too, me and Raintown will in fact be commentating for that tournament, so be on the lookout for that. If you guys like our commentary in this YouTube video, or even over here in the Twitch chat, which we're live now, you guys can check us out there. We're going to be doing it. So Dany has put up for the request, and of course there they are. They're going to be getting it going. I'm really curious to see what kind of decks they're running. In the past, they've been running hog decks. They've been running miner decks. Let's see what they're going to be throwing their way. Of course, once again, guys, just to reiterate, this is for $40. Not bad for just 4 hours.
Exactly. So, definitely coming to this game, Trainer Chris starts with a nice collector, while Dany, as we know, is very aggressive Lava Hound deck, isn't going to stop for anything. He sees an extra collector, he just charges.
You know, Dany in this tournament with the Lava Hound has played so incredibly well. He's got the Lava Hound, and typically he hasn't even used his Loon in his back pocket, which he has there. When he has used the Loon, he's totally wrecked. And already, look, Dany actually switching it up a little bit, pulling out that Royal Trap, and quickly countered by the Inferno Tower. Trainer Chris.
He wasn't ready for that.
He wasn't ready, but the Inferno, he kind of was. I mean, but I don't like the placement of the Inferno.
Definitely. And actually, what Chris has in favor for him is that collector decks can outplay Royal Giant decks without a collector, because the Royal Giant's way too expensive to cycle. So if you can take advantage of that, Chris will definitely win this. And now, talking about the puns, here's the Giant deck.
And quite curious what he's going to be running behind this Giant. Of course, it could be Three Musketeers. It could be Loon, right? Because those have been 2 popular decks that we've been seeing now in the new meta, especially since after the update. The Mini P.E.K.K.A, though, will give some trouble to that, not only the Giant, but the Falcon as well. But the Falcon cleans it up, and now the Giant is able to break free. Dynasty are doing great work on the minions there. The Giant makes it.
Again, a great play by Trainer Chris.
Card placement, though. I think I would have played that in front of the Giant.
But the poison, they would have been directly in the poison.
That's true, that's true.
So, definitely interesting decks from both of them. The Inferno Tower is not going to do much here.
No, it's not. And I don't like that he's placing Inferno that far to the left. I think the Inferno, once again, needs to be put to the middle so it can not only guide the Royal Giant over to the middle, of course, it's really not an effect for the Royal Giant, but more so for the troops that is following behind it, right? Exactly. Because the troops that are going to be following behind the Royal Giant, such as Barbs or whatever, need to be drawn over to the right side to allow more time for that Inferno to target the Royal Giant.
As you saw, that Valkyrie had very high value, killed both the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Princess while getting rid of the minions. So, great value right there.
Well, let's see what's going to go down. Got good stuff going. And Royal Giant down for Dany, and of course the Giant down for Trainer Chris. The minions, though, doing great work along with the Barbs, taking that out. Giant's not going to make it. The poison getting the most of the damage there, bringing the tower down to 627. Of course, though, with the Royal Giant being so far back, really aggressive fireball. Honestly, I don't disagree with that, though, because really there's nothing else to fireball besides the Princess.
Oh, he misses the cannon, and the poison's going to be too much. 1 hit from the Giant, 2 hits from the Giant, and that game's going to go right over to Chris. So, again, guys, this is a best of 3 finals. So, what I think is going to happen is Danny's going to switch back to his Royal Giant deck, his Lava Hound deck, and see if he can grapple with Trainer Chris.
I like that. See if he can grapple. Very good work there. Trainer Chris just took that and he was able to break through. Danny, I'm sure we're going to see his Lava Hound deck come out next. His Lava Hound deck he's been dominating with. Really, there's been no answer for that. Of course, though, Trainer Chris, I'm sure, is obviously there's no reason for him to switch up his deck at this point, which means he's going to have Inferno in his back pocket, which is going to give Danny a lot, it's going to give Danny a lot of problems because that Lava Hound is very vulnerable to, of course, the Inferno Tower.
And I think Trainer Chris took a page out of Clyde's book. Clyde actually won the Super Magic Cup Invitational using a giant poison deck. So I think he's definitely been doing his research.
Let's see how it's going to go down here. Danny on top, Trainer on the bottom. Of course, this is a best of 3. Trainer is, in fact, going to be leading the way in this best of 3. Up now 1. He just needs 1 more to win the $40. Of course, though, second place not too bad with 25. Danny, however, though, needs to win 2 straight rounds. So definitely, the pressure is on for Danny. At this point, he has to be absolutely perfect.
I really want to see his Lava Hound deck. I really hope he switched. There it is. There's the balloon.
Wow, there it is.
It's a very odd balloon, though.
I disagree with that. Yeah, that's not needed at all.
I think the pressure might be getting to Danny. Chris does have more experience in tournaments, and that might be helping him out, keeping calm, doing some nice slow giant pushes. And I guess when Danny saw the giant, he couldn't Lava Hound because that was his play. So he really didn't have anything to do. And that poison is going to do great against those barbarians.
And yeah, not only in the barbarians themselves, slowing down that attack speed, but also giving the giant a little bit more of an opportunity to attack that tower, bringing out to 809. Danny, though, no need for that loon. And honestly, that's going to hurt. And already did, but I think it's going to hurt him even further down because he should have kept that in his back pocket. He has a little surprise factor for Trainer Chris because who knows if Trainer knew that he was running the loon.
Exactly. So I think these giant pushes, and Danny's deck actually does not have a building because it's a super aggressive Lava Hound deck. So he doesn't give people a chance. And Trainer Chris is winning this game off of just being more aggressive, and it's working out great for him.
It definitely is, but he's not out of the water just yet. Still a minute remains, so of course Danny can turn this around, especially if he's if he is able to get down his Lava Hound, which he has not been able to get down just yet. Ice Wizard, though, bringing that tower down considerably well, down to just Princess Zapper. Really, anything's going to take that out with just 1 hit. Mini Pekka down to kind of take up. I kind of disagree with that at this point. That tower is gone. Danny, as he's got his Lava Hound down, he just needs to stack up his elixir to get ready for his final push.
And there goes the tower with that princess. But this is just such a change in gameplay from Danny from all the other matches we've seen. He usually, by this time, has played 3 Lava Hounds, and he just played his first one with 30 seconds left.
But this push, though, is going to be absolutely massive for
Except the
Danny
balloon's
here.
distracted.
Oh, wow! Fortunately, the Inferno does, in fact, lock on to the loon there. Obviously, not what you wanted. And because of that, that's going to shut down the entire push. And Trainer Chris is going to take this win. Only 10 seconds remains. Of course, only 851 on that tower. The Princess locked on for a little bit. But I think that's going to be a good game as Danny, as well as Trainer's going to say it. And that's going to be Trainer Kristen, who's going to take a quick 2-0 victory in this best of 3, and it's going to take the first place prize for $40.
Very swift victory, and congratulations to Trainer Chris. Definitely showing more tournament experience, and really, guys, if you're having trouble facing Lava Hound, that was a beautiful example of exactly how to be aggressive towards it. So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, a huge shout out to Reflections and Clash Wars for being here. August from Clash Wars. And we'll see you guys next week for Raintourney. Have a good one, guys.